Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mr. Kester Amos, your favorite animal scientist. We are back with another video on the greenhouse. This time, we want to show you how to feed your snails with the Treculia africana. Remember, there was a time I made a video on the importance of Treculia africana, but we never showed you exactly how you prepare it to feed the snails in the greenhouse. So that's what we're about to do. So this is the bunch of the Treculia africana. This is what it looks like. Like I said, the common name is African breadfruit, and it comes in various sizes. So you can see this is a small one, and this is quite big. Sometimes they get to 3-4 times as big as this size. So we're going to split one, then take it into the greenhouse and show you how you place it in the greenhouse. And after that, we're going to extend this video. We're going to merge it with another video. In the night, we'll bring you back into the greenhouse and show you how the snails will come out to feed on this Treculia africana. So the first part here is the Treculia africana. We'll put it on the ground and we'll split it. So this is what it looks like inside. You can see the seeds. So the snails do not necessarily feed on the seeds. They feed on this pod. We call it the pod. Without the seed, it's the pod. This is what they feed on. And it has a very fine aroma. So once they smell it, they come towards wherever you have it, because it's very nice for them. Okay, so I'm going to split it into smaller bits, and all right, so in order for us not to prolong the video for too long, I'm going to take this one inside. You've seen how I splitted it. So we'll put it right here. So this is a portion. I told you I used to hunt snails when I was still growing up as a child. I lived in the forested area, the Raffia Mangrove in Bayelsa State, along the east-west road. That's where I grew up. So I do this a lot for survival while growing up. So I'm no stranger to this fruit. It's just that I've been doing some research on it, and there are lots of information I'm still going to bring about this fruit, because as I speak with you, I'm actually doing my master's degree on snail with this very fruit. So that's going to be a paper to publish on the academic front. So for now, let me just show you how to feed them with this. So yeah, here is our greenhouse. So you can see the walk path goes straight down. We're going to take you inside real deep. So first I want you to see the look of the greenhouse, so you can see how it looks. It's really nice. This has been standing here for a good number of years, so that's to tell you that this greenhouse is very durable. So you can see the plants we have there. Some have gone down, regenerated, and all of that. So as you can see, this was the ones we fed them the previous day. Actually, this has been here for 4 days now. You don't bother removing it because it doesn't attract ants. I think it has a repulsive smell to ants as well, so ants don't come close to it no matter how decay it gets. So the snails will continue feeding on it until they finish everything here. So that's what makes it very good. You don't have to bother removing them. And the next tonight, this one will definitely be off. So tomorrow we'll be placing more fruits here, just like we're going to add to it. So you can see, to tell you, the greenhouse has been here for quite a long time. You can see that some of the seeds are growing from the wood, which is the feeding platform. So this greenhouse is not today, and we've had loads of snails right here. As a matter of fact, we have snails that are of sellable size in here. So while we are doing this, you may see some of them. As you can see, it's all dry. There's no snail. You can't even spot them right now. But I said we're going to do a continuation of this video towards the night. We're going to merge it with this one while we're feeding them now. So because we just finished watering the greenhouse, you can see the sprinklers, you can see the water on the surface of the leaves. So we just finished watering it, and it's time to feed. So after feeding, we're going to come back by 9 o'clock in the night to make another video, show you when the snails are feeding on this. Then we'll mesh the two videos together to make it one. So we'll take you right into the greenhouse now. Yeah, so just what I was saying, you can see this young man. Of course, they are hermaphrodites. You don't have a male or female. So pardon me when I say this young man. So you can see the seeds. What you see here, this is what it used to be like. But now they finish everything there, just leaving the seeds behind. So I just want to take you down into the extreme end of the greenhouse so you can see what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, so this is the last one. So we're going to start it from here. This is how you place it. You place it like this. It's going to stand there. As you can see those ones. Tonight you won't see this again. By the time it's morning. So we'll place them like this. And by the time we cut the other ones. So you can see the snail is already feeding here. It is late in the evening actually. The time we're doing this is after 5 in the evening. So we're going to make another video when it is about 9 o'clock inside the greenhouse to bring in some torch lights to make that video for you to see what it looks like in the night. So if you look around now, you'll scarcely find any snail. You can see it's all quiet. But in the night, even this our walk path, you see snails everywhere. We have more than 10,000 snails inside this greenhouse, as you can see. Both the young, the mature, of different grades. So in the night when we come back, this same greenhouse, you will see lots of snails everywhere. So at this point, we're going to end the video. So in the evening, we're going to continue from the feeding part. When the snails have actually come out to feed, we're going to make a continuation of the video. All right, so thank you. Bye-bye. Alright, so we are back to the evening video. Like we said, we're going to take you into the greenhouse when it is late in the night. So of course, the earlier part of the video was when we were feeding them with the Treculia africana, which is the African breadfruit. And right now it is evening. This is about 8:30 in the night. So we are going to show you what it looks like inside now. So this is the pathway. So let's come in. Now first and foremost, we want to show you something here that we didn't see earlier. So you can see there are eggs right down there. So this is how they lay. Some of them on the surface, but majority are incubated on the under the earth. So those ones will hatch and come out. And eggs like this are lost. So these are some of the little disadvantages with the greenhouse. Besides that, it's all good. So let's go inside. Alright, so this is our first feeder. As you can see the snails. They've just come out. You can see them on the feeding platforms and what they are doing at the moment. So they are feeding on the Treculia. So when some of them come, they feed like this and they go back. Others will come. So you can see them there as well. You can see these ones are making advance to the feed. Yeah, so we have some of them on the floor as well. So we'll be taking you inside to show you a view of the entire greenhouse in the night. Alright, so we are inside. Now let's see the feeding platforms. So you can see the snails. Remember, we introduced the Treculia africana during the daytime on an empty platform or empty feeding platform. But look at the way they are in the night. They are all out. So you can see these are the snails. You can see them during the daytime when we were introducing the breadfruit. Wow, you can see there's egg inside this snail while it's feeding. You can see the egg very visible in there. Wow, I haven't seen it like this before. So we are having this experience together. So you can see a snail that has egg is feeding, and you can see the egg completely transparent from here. This is wonderful. Alright, so you can see the seeds of the Treculia africana. They don't consume the seeds like we said. They only take in the pod. So you can see how they're feeding on it. Yeah, so this is what it is like during the night time. You can see they are just everywhere in the greenhouse. So this is reality of what it is. So we've shown you the greenhouse during the daytime so you can see it. Now we are in the night time, so let's move. Remember I told you in the night you might see some of them even on the walk paths, which is the footpath. So you can see them here climbing. Okay, so you can see the second platform. You can see the snails are all out feeding. But in the morning when you come here, you will almost see nothing. Just the way it was during the daytime while we were introducing the breadfruit. You couldn't see any snails, but right now you can see them everywhere. Now you can also see the young ones. You can see right here as a young hatchling is also striving and surviving on his own. So you can see the way it is. This is why we have the feeding platforms. So when we want to harvest the snails in the night, we come in like this, pick them and prepare them for weighbill the next day. So if you're booking with us, this is how we come into the greenhouse to get our snails. Yeah, so this is it. You can see the vegetation is what it was during the daytime, but now the snails are all out. Alright, this is another platform. So you can see them here. So this is what the greenhouse is about. Yeah, you can see the snails all thriving very well. You can see this guy is on the plantain leaf. Sorry, the dwarf banana leaf. Yeah, so this is what it looks like in the greenhouse in the night. So you can see them moving about in the vegetation. Okay, so we have another platform here. So you can see both the young and the old, they all feed together. You can see this one here, it's quite young. So this is the reality of the greenhouse. You can see for yourself. So we showed you during the daytime and we are showing you at the night time. So this is the beauty of the greenhouse. So let's take you to some of the corners. We have to be careful now where we step because these breadfruits are thrown everywhere. So you can see this set here. Let's go further. Yeah, you can see another set here. So it's interesting. We're going to take it from here back straight to the doorpost of the greenhouse. So this is what it looks like during the night. So the greenhouse is a functional system. It works 100%. Like I said, this greenhouse has been here for a number of years, not less than 5 years to the best of my memory. And it's been standing. The vegetation is still green. You saw it during the day, you're seeing it in the night. And because of this Treculia we feed them with, the snails don't do much with the vegetation. But if you don't have regular feeding, they will exhaust the plants you have there. The greenhouse will become very dry. When it's dry like that, the snails will begin to die because there's no more shade to preserve them, no crevices for them to hide under, so it becomes a problem. So you have to manage the greenhouse properly for the snails to thrive properly as well. So that is why anything you're doing, management is very important. So you can see this greenhouse has been here for over 5 years, and you can see the functionality of it. You can see the snails on it. So it's not storytelling, this is a reality. Of course, you've seen many of our greenhouses. Sorry, I can't look directly on the camera because of the flash, so that's why I'm throwing my face away. So in farming, management is key. You need to know how to manage these things. And after training you, we assume that you understand and you can manage a farm just the way we have taught you. If you have any issues, you have to call us at least. Give us a call. We'll talk to you, give you solutions, tell you what to do, how to go about it. But the main lesson you must learn with the greenhouse is do not allow your vegetation to go dry completely. Always water the vegetation and ensure that the vegetation is well established before you introduce your snails. Some persons are impatient, so you don't allow the vegetation to be established before you introduce the snails. And when the vegetation is not established, there is no proper feeding regime in the greenhouse. The snails will finish the green vegetables or the greens. And once that happens, the vegetation is depleted, the snails are exposed, and when they are exposed they become uncomfortable, so they start to die. So that is what happens. Snails are nocturnal animals. They don't like daylight. During the daytime they like to hide under grasses, under leaves, under the ground and stuff like that. But if your greenhouse is exposed completely, or the vegetation is not well covered, you start picking out mortality one after the other. It doesn't matter how good the breed of the snails that were supplied are. If you don't keep your greenhouse in the right mode or the right way, your snails are going to die. So management is key. Even as it is, with the fine vegetation and everything we have here, we still pick mortality 1, 2, 3 here and there. Sometimes 5 in a week, sometimes 2 in a week, like that. We observe, you move around, not every day, maybe once in a week. You move gently inside the greenhouse during the daytime, and you just keep your eyes on the ground. Any snail that is turned upside down, you pick it up and observe if it's still alive or is dead. You don't allow dead snails to remain in the greenhouse because they will pollute the greenhouse and more mortalities will occur. So once you observe there's mortality, you pick it out and take it out of the greenhouse. Don't allow it to smell there. But if you cannot find it, you have to be observant. You have to have instincts of farming. And when you have this instinct of farming, it brings about passion. You have passion for it. So at your leisure time, even if you have people that work for you on the farm, you need to come to the farm and observe things, because people that work for you don't know how much you're spending on the farm, so they take things casually. So you need to ensure that you take your time at least once in a while, come to the farm and observe. If things are going wrong, you get it done immediately, not until the whole thing is crumbled before you figure out that okay,
things are going bad, and then you start putting calls here and there when there's not much we can do, because we don't do magic. That's the truth. We don't do magic. Sometimes there are certain situations that occur that we also find it difficult to deal with. It's not like we know everything. Just like a doctor, patients die in their presence, in their under their care, because they don't know everything. So we don't boast that we know everything. So that is why we ensure that you do proper management. So you can see this is thriving very well. Of course, I've shown you many greenhouses I've built before. This is my personal facility. That's why you can see me putting on bedroom slippers. I just stepped out of my house. It's in a close proximity from my building here. So this is the much we can say for now. There's a lot, of course, we have to tell you. Of course, we are always updating you with more videos. I'm sure there's going to be another video in the greenhouse, and we'll talk more about that. So until we come your way, please try and subscribe to our channel, because we have great content. We already have loads of contents on the channel, and there are more we are working on. So do not hesitate to subscribe. When you subscribe, click a like on the video. You can share the video with your friends, and of course tell them what we are doing. So until we come your way, the number is showing on the screen, so you can give us a call, and please set up your own farm, whether you want to do a poultry farm, snail farm, grass cutter, rabbit, whatever kind of farm you want to do. Just give us a call. Thank you. God bless you. And bye bye.